Hello, YouTubers. My name is D.Hampton. I am new here, um, trying to document my process of going through having a kidney transplant. Right now, I have a transplanted kidney that I've had for 18 years. I received maybe back when I was 23, 24 years old. Um, yes, that young. Um, And when I received it at that time, I was very ill. Uh, when I finally made it to the hospital, at that time, well, my mom took me to the hospital emergency room because she got sick of seeing me walking around being sick. So at the time when she took me in on a Friday, I was so ill. It was just horrible. I woke up Sunday, 2 days later, in ICU, and I was informed that I had meningitis, gallstones, infection in my blood and urine, and my kidneys failed. So they had to do emergency surgery. I was informed that three doctors had told her at the time to plan my funeral because I wasn't going to make it through the weekend. And I had a little girl at the time. So Doctor Number Four decided that he would take a chance on me because I didn't have insurance. And he proceeded to have, surgery and take care of me. And again, I woke up that Sunday in ICU. With tubes all in me, like everywhere. And later that year, I was diagnosed with lupus. That was in 2002. So during that process, I had to be put on dialysis because of my kidneys failed. They didn't remove the kidneys because they weren't damaged or anything. They just wasn't working. So I went through dialysis. My 3 week stay in the hospital at that time, I went from having the tubes, like they did it in my neck. They did the dialysis through my thigh, and I have marks where they've had them in my chest, and then I end up having a catheter put in my stomach. So I was on dialysis for almost. I went from dialysis from 2002 up until the end of 2003, where I received a call at 5 o'clock that morning on a in December the 29th, 2003, and that they had a kidney for me. Someone passed, and so I had to go to the hospital, and which was 45 minutes away from where I was living. I had to go to the hospital at UAMS, University Medical Science. UAMS is University of Medical Science, and so University of Arkansas Medical Science. Anyway, so I got there with some of my family. The doctor didn't operate on me until the next morning, which was that December 30th. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, when he came and got me out of my room. And I had to stay for a week during that process, and to make sure that that kidney was wasn't going to reject my body, and it wasn't going to reject. And so then I was had released with a stent put in for a couple of weeks, and till they were able to remove that. And now the kidney had been doing good, like I said, for 18 years. So I got news September of 2021 that the kidney that I had received is in the process of failing. So with that, since then, I've gone through so many changes that I didn't go through the first time, because the first time everything went so fast, and it was my kidneys that failed. And so this time is like I'm experiencing all these different things with my body that I was not made aware of. And then depression has kicked in along with, I was having depression before that, due to my employment situation. So, but depression has really kicked in overtime. And uh I started experiencing different things with my body, like the swelling in the legs and the ankles is what happened first. And my doctor put me on like pills to help with the fluids. Even though the kidney is still, I'm still able to let out urine with this kidney, is not functioning at 100%. So the more I'm standing or walking on my legs, I get fluid buildup in the ankles and the legs and the feet, and walking around looking like, like I got pig's feet. And so then months go on, and then I was informed with my lab work that my iron levels were low, so I had to go for infusion treatments every 2 weeks. That was in December. Started December. I had to do 5 weeks of every 2 weeks of infusion treatments to getting iron. And now I have to go every week because my iron is so low. And with that, again, I'm first then I started off with having like cold-like symptoms, and I had went through that for like a couple of weeks, and then last week, out of nowhere, my glands swelled up. Of course, I've had to deal with the swelling in the face as well, and the bags under the eyes. That started months ago. And excuse the wrap. I need my hair done, but I had to, I woke up like I said last week, with the glands had swelled up, and I was in so much pain. I've never experienced this before. I know when you go to the doctors, they do those exams and they checking your glands, and I'm like, okay, what are they checking? And I found out last week why. Because my glands had swelled up. My neck it was horrible. It felt like I had a knot on the inside of my throat. My throat was hurting so bad. And then the pain went up to my ear like I had an ear infection. So it was the same day that I had to go for my infusion treatment, which has been on Thursdays. And I decided to go to the emergency room because I was in so much pain. And all they did was just, did an ultrasound on my throat, and to make sure that there wasn't any issues with my thyroids, I guess. And they didn't give me anything, so I had to look up online to find out what could I do with to help with the swelling and the pain. And so I just I found out I had to put like a heating pad or something hot on my throat, and drink plenty of fluids, which I did. And of course it ended up going down, but it's the mere fact that I had to do it on my own. And then I wake up with leg pain. Like I'm not an athlete, and it was like I pulled a muscle or sprained something. I was in so much pain with my leg. And I mean, like I said, it's just things are just coming from out of nowhere that my doctor's not explained to me. I've been having to look online, or find out the hard way, with the pains that I'm dealing with, the things I'm doing, going through, and I'm, living on my own. So, I have a 26-year-old daughter that's away in grad school, but, you know, here I just have to, take myself to the doctors, take myself to my appointments and everything. And so, uh, I'm having to experience these things all on my own. And, sometimes it is very hard and depressing, but, I try to keep my mind focused on God, and He's given me, I know He wouldn't put more on me, and He's my strength. So I've made it through all these years with all those issues. I, was diagnosed in 2015 with gastroparesis with my stomach, where there my food tends to take longer than normal to digest, to flow through. So when I eat the wrong amount of food, or a certain amount of food, or certain foods, my stomach swells up, and it causes so much pain. The pain is so unbearable. Again, that's something I had to find out on my own, because when I was diagnosed in 2015, I had mild symptoms. So the GI doctors felt there was no need for me to be seen at their clinic on a regular basis. So this just started up, and I guess it's maybe related to, due to the fact my kidney is failing. I'm not sure. Uh, but I'm having to eat certain foods. I can't eat certain foods that I love or enjoy. I can't have anymore. I have to break down my meals, like taking in at 6 meals a day, small meals a day, and that's hard, along with the things I may need due to the kidney failing. So I'm trying to figure out, what do I eat, and then I have these tremors real bad in my hands. Like, they are horrible. I could be on social media just scrolling through, looking at somebody's page, and my thumb just trigger and pushes on a like or something like that, and I have to go through and unlike, or it is horrible. It sometimes when I'm at sleeping at night, I may sleep with my hand up, and I end up slapping myself in the face because my tremors are so bad. And so these are things that I'm dealing with, going through with my kidney failing. So, and having to go through the process of getting a new kidney. So I'm want to document all of this and let you all know what it's like, what I'm going through. And this is me natural, no makeup, no nothing, like, I want you to see me at my natural light. And I had to have a biopsy on my left breast yesterday, because my left breast a few weeks ago is just blue, just bigger than before. I was hoping that I can get both of them to blow up. So I'm walking around looking like a before and after now. So, uh, but I had to have a biopsy done on my left breast yesterday, so they can make sure it's not inflammatory breast cancer, which is a very aggressive breast cancer. So now I have to wait on those results for that. And so this is my process. This is what I want to let you all in on. So, I'm usually a private person. So, for some reason, something in me, was like, just document your process. So, I would appreciate any, positive comments, prayers, anything that you may add, someone else that may have gone through, can give me, any information that I can use to help me throughout this. I am in therapy due to the changes, the depression, Uh, that started even before finding out about the kidney. Again, it was things that happened with my previous job that I'm still dealing with, but I'm leaving that all in the hands of God. Um, so this is me. Of course, I have bruises. Oh, not sure. Bruises all, my, there you go. Bruises from, I had to go through blood work. I had to get a lot of blood work done a couple 2 weeks ago. Starting the process of getting on a transplant. They, wanted to test for everything and then wanted to find out my blood type. So I had to fill up 16 tubes of blood, and I was a hard stick. I have my veins, they roll, and then it's hard for them to find my veins. So I was stuck over 10 times, that day. And then later on in the week, I had to go for infusion and they couldn't find a vein. So then I got stuck again, maybe 4 times of them trying to find a vein. And then went to the emergency room that evening and stuck 3 more times because they couldn't find a vein. So, yes, my arms are tired, but I'm, getting used to it all. So, you know, I just want to, let you all in on my journey, my process. So bear with me, and I appreciate if you would subscribe or keep up with the information. Whatever I can give, I will give. So. And whatever you can give for me, information or like again, I said prayers, that will be always be grateful for that. So, um, thank you and subscribe.